I'd really like to thank Congressman Davis for his candidness on that. As an Iraq War veteran, it's very, to say it's disturbing is an understatement, to know that we have condoned a policy of granting amnesty to former al-Qaeda affiliates and insurgents who have American blood on their hands, while we're sending more troops over there to fight an insurgency and al-Qaeda. To me, it just doesn't make any sense. But I'll move on to the next question. Thank you for your candidness on that, Congressman. Moya Atkinson from Falls Church, Virginia, Fairfax County. How has the cost of the Iraq occupation affected services such as infrastructure, transportation, and human services in your district?
I'll take it a step further. I mean, the answer is it's all financed with debt. I mean, that's the real answer, is that it's piled up the national debt. And you can argue that if you didn't have a war and government had been conducting itself responsibly, we wouldn't be overspending every year, whether it's an entitlement spending or discretionary spending. And I think that's a candid answer. Having said that, I think there is another argument that, you know, I wrestle with every time something comes to the floor, and that is we are expending tremendous resources. I think both of our previous speakers talked about, should there be another conflict in the globe, are we able to move and redeploy? Or are we so bogged down in this region that we're not going to be able to react appropriately? And that raised the whole issue of the draft, which I'm on record as being opposed to. But the allocation of resources in the war on terror, and whether that is better expended in Iraq or somewhere else, is, I think, an appropriate patriotic discussion that we ought to consider in the Congress. And we wrestle with this. The fact of the matter is it's been $500 billion have been spent. And almost 4,000 lives, and that doesn't include contractors and others that have gone in just from the American side. And the allocation of resource issues, I think, trouble me as much as anything else. Yes, you have to look at what happens to the Iraqis. You have to look at the long-term stability of the region. Those are important issues. And the question for us is, as the mountains of debt continue to pile up, what can we afford? And there's been a war it's been the only war that's been financed with tax cuts when you take a look at it and you go back 50 years. And so we haven't paid the price economically for this over the short term, but over the long term, we're doing it with debt. I don't know that the services have taken, we've been pretty good on getting highway allocations and earmarks and those kind of things for the district, but the long-term ramifications on the debt are significant. That is a real issue that we don't talk about too much as we debate these things in Congress.